All right, let's go ahead and open up the doors. We are right on time, actually a moment early, but that's okay. Folks, welcome to Daily with Doc. If you are watching this replay or you are watching one of our live streams and you would like to join, then feel free to do so simply by going to dailywithdoczoom.com. That is dailywithdoczoom.com. My name is Becca Dukes, and as the hostess of this program, it is my great honor and privilege to be able to bring to you empowering information that empowers you as an individual, putting more control into your own hands when it comes to your wellness. So welcome everybody again to Daily with Doc. This program is for informational purposes only on the importance of nutrition. It is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician, and the FDA requires us to let you know that the products mentioned are not meant to diagnose, treat, cure any diseases. But folks, when you give the body what it needs, the body itself can do some amazing things, and that is proven by the science of epigenetics and books. Epigenetics, the death of the theory. Let me just get it here. Epigenetics, the death of disease transmission, folks. This book right here gave me hope in knowing that the things that I had going on since I was a very young child that I had been told were genetic are not genetic. And I was able to do things in my own life, making better choices and choices that I didn't even know about until I met the doctor that we have here with us today. So folks, if you are invited to meet this doctor and be here with us, watch this program by somebody specific, get back with them and tell them thank you, because the information that you are going to hear today, you are going to be thankful for, because like I said, it is empowering. It gives you knowledge to make choices for a better tomorrow. This program is being sponsored by dailywithdoc.com. On our website, we have a sign up for our newsletter where we send out a list of the programs from the week before with their descriptions to make it easy for you to be able to find programming that as you're going through your daily life and you come across somebody that is experiencing something that we have covered on our show, you can easily find it and share it with them. We are a resource that as individuals, implementing the information that we hear in this program in our own lives, in our families, we then draw the attention of our communities so that we can also share this, sharing the information with my community, you're sharing the information with your community. Together, we are working together to make stronger communities around the world for a healthier world. So folks, sit back, enjoy. We do have a Q&A in our program. If you have questions for the great doctor, go ahead and raise your hand in the Zoom room if you're here with us live. If you are out and on any of the platforms and you would like to ask a question, please go ahead and ask it in the comments. I have an amazing team here that is helping me monitor the different platforms so that we can get your questions asked. And a shout out to all of you who are out listening to us on the radio. Hello and welcome to Daily with Doc. Feel free to go to our website.com and use that contact option and let us know if you are working with somebody or if you've already ordered products, what questions that you have for yourself or for somebody that you know and love, and we will get you connected with somebody. If you have never worked with anybody at all and you would like to work with a certified holistic health coach to make sure that you are getting the best products to meet your goals, feel free to give us a call, 855-949-3377. Again, that's 855-949-3377. 3377. For those of you who have never tried the products, nobody shared with you anything about the longevity, the products, Dr. Wallach. And if they did, they're the person that you want to get back to. They cared enough. So do them a favor. Tell them thank you. It's not doing them a favor, but tell them thank you and let them know that you want more information. So folks, without further ado, I am so excited about today's program because the doctor that we have with us has fought hard for the unborn child. And it goes beyond conception. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So Dr. Wallach has a degree in agriculture studying soil and plants, went on to become a doctor of veterinary medicine, where he also achieved 3 postdoctorates in pathology, which his pathology work has gone around the world, including saving the white rhino from extinction and finding out what the nutritional deficiencies are that were causing young children to prematurely die without warning. So if that wasn't enough, he wanted to take that information and help the humankind. So after teaching nutrition at the college level, Dr. Wallach went on to become a naturopathic physician, where he is here sharing his knowledge, his research, and formulations with us so that we also can find better health tomorrow. Actually, we start today, but every day is a better day. So Dr. Wallach, welcome to Daily with Doc. I'm so excited to cover this today. So go ahead and share with us what's on your mind.
Well, thank you so much, Rebecca, and thank you, AJ, and thank you, team. We just are so blessed to be working with so many great people. And this is an endless process because each generation has to be taught. This is not something you're born with the knowledge. You have to be taught this information. And basically, I got into this because one of my great postdoctoral fellowships, I got a position at the Yerkes Primate Center, okay, at Emory University. And my first big case, I diagnosed as, let's see here, they had a very, very interesting disease called cystic fibrosis. Okay, now they had seen that disease, but they didn't know what it was. I diagnosed it as cystic fibrosis. I sent slides to medical schools and said, I think this tissue is from an individual with cystic fibrosis. What do you think? Now, I didn't tell them it was from a monkey. But these medical schools all sent back to me on their letterhead, yeah, this is a classic example of cystic fibrosis, thought to be a birth defect, okay, genetic birth defect. Where the baby had difficulty in absorption and this and the other, and usually didn't make a very long, messy life. Okay. And so then when I told them it was from a monkey, I believe we could get some animal studies going, they were so excited. But then when I told them that it was caused by some changes in the diet that the nutritionists had done without permission, okay, in the colony, they fired me. They just summarily fired me, didn't give me a chance to say exactly or explain to them exactly what I was talking about. They said, this guy's out of his mind. And so they just terminated me. Well, that's when I went back to school. My wife just died and I had kids I had to feed and everything. So I went back to school and I was teaching nutrition. Okay. And I just said, well, I better take some of these courses myself and get a degree in naturopathic medicine so I could treat people. So that's how that all happened. That's the short version of many years. Now, my favorite subject, of course, is preventing. Every birth defect, the medical system wants to call genetic or autoimmune. Your body's attacking itself, or your parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles passed on these bad genes to you. None of that's true. All birth defects are caused by either nutritional deficiencies of the embryo or toxic effects from some drug or chemical in the environment, the water, the food, whatever. and interrupted the perfect development of the embryo. And so this is not a difficult concept once you understand what's going on here. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, and so think about it. Let's see here, Cyclops, babies born with one eye in the middle of their forehead. This goes back in history. They talked about the Cyclops 3,000, 5,000 years ago. Okay, there were babies born with one eye in the middle of the forehead. Okay, that was back in the days, okay, prior to the Old Testament, 3,000 years ago. And then defects, babies with cleft palate, babies with heart defects, baby with missing arms and legs, babies paralyzed from the neck down, babies born with every kind of problem you can think of, with all of the, they're born deaf, they can't digest food, and so on. Heart defects. I just, the list of birth defects is very long, and you can, just ask the computer, give you a list of the birth defects in newborn human babies, and it'll blow your mind. But every one of them is due to either, I say 95% of them are due to nutritional deficiencies, and maybe 5% are due to some nasty stuff that got into the drinking water or the food of the mother prior to and early in pregnancy. So this is something, all birth defects are preventable. And so this is something that we worked on very hard. And this is in the animal industry, why they put vitamins and minerals in alfalfa pellets and vitamins and minerals into mixed grains and things like that, so that they could get these nutrients into the female. They also had gender issues, where little boy calves thought they were girls, little girl calves thought they were boys, and those kinds of things. Okay, those are not, which I say, limited to just humans. This happens in all species of animals, okay, as well as humans. So when you have that scenario, you can have a gay elephant, okay, all right. Is that elephant's choice? No, it was born that way because mama was missing something when the equipment, and that embryo is being created and put together. There's a piece missing, some of the nutrients are missing, so there are pieces missing in the equipment, both the biochemical and physical equipment. You get the transgenders, okay? And so this is something that's very, very simple to prevent, and we did it in the animal industry, and we've been working very, very hard through my attorney, Jonathan Seymour, and I. We sued the FDA 8 times in federal court, get these nutrients put into baby formulas like Enfamil, Similac, that kind of stuff, okay, and also into prenatal vitamins that the mothers were taking before they got pregnant and then during the pregnancy. And we're able to eliminate so many diseases. But then here comes the bad part. Well, once they get past the Enfamil and Similac and all the baby formulas, and they start going to daycare, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, they're eating all the bad stuff everybody else is. And so suddenly now they're getting all these diseases that everybody else is getting, okay? And doctors saying, oh, this is genetic. No, it's not genetic. There are no genetically transmitted diseases. There are no autoimmune diseases. When doctors didn't know what the victim, they blamed the victim because they didn't want to say, well, we really don't know anything about this. And so we just have to treat the symptoms for a while until we can figure out the best we can do. They don't talk that way. They say, oh, this is a genetic thing. We can relieve some of the symptoms, but this is a genetic thing. There's nothing we can do other than relieve the symptoms. So this is one of those issues that is our responsibility. We need to make sure that even if you're single and you're not, having any kind of sexual relationships, you need to be taking all the 90 essential nutrients for your own health. And then when the time comes that you start having a relationship or you get married, okay, and you want to keep taking those essential nutrients, staying away from the bad foods to maximize absorption, we can, just like we did in the animal industry, we've eliminated all these birth defects. The doctors said were genetic and autoimmune. So we can do the same thing in the human population, but countries. I don't know, we got like 17 different languages and so forth we're dealing in. And so, they have their own issues. And some of the things, okay, like birth defects, in the Philippines, they do things during pregnancy that we don't do, okay? They give the mothers flan de leche, okay, which is kind of a milk product that they put vitamins and minerals in, and so they have a very low rate of birth defects as a result, okay? And so if we would kind of follow their example really aggressively and do everything we can so that after the baby is weaned off the baby formulas we've worked so hard to get the nutrients into, that they'll still continue to take the nutrients. The family will provide them for them. Which they say, indoctrinated on the concept of taking their vitamins and minerals. And people say, you ask your doctor, should I be taking vitamins and minerals? Nah, just eat well, you get everything you need. Just eat well, you get everything you need. I must have heard that a million times, okay, from patients with birth defects, okay, that have babies with birth defects. Well, my doctor said just eat well. And we're talking about things like cystic fibrosis. Got rid of that because we put the nutrients in the baby formulas, and prenatal vitamins. We got rid of muscular dystrophy, okay, because we put the nutrients into prenatal vitamins in the baby formulas. We got rid of sudden death syndrome, okay, and because we put these nutrients into the baby formulas. The mothers weren't laying on the baby and suffocating them. They were dying of heart attacks, okay. They're only 3 months old. Yeah, because these heart attacks are caused by nutritional deficiency, okay? And so this is something we're in control of. And so if a family has a baby born with a birth defect, you need to start looking at the doctor, the OB/GYN, the family doctor, who should have been telling them about taking these nutrients for years before you get pregnant so that there won't be a problem. And so when a baby's born with a birth defect, there's several responsibilities here. One is doctors involved, and also the parents, mom and dad, involved. And this is because they weren't educated properly in school. The parents weren't educated, and the parents weren't educating the babies and kids. We have the nutrients in every kind of farm you can think of. They're in pills and capsules and chewies and all kinds of things. So it's one of those deals where there's no excuse for not taking these nutrients. There's no excuse for having babies born with birth defects. There's no excuse for that. And to accept it. And it's one of those things where I do have several awards I was given, the Klaus Schwartz Award, and also the Lifetime Achievement Award from the United Nations because of all this birth defect stuff. And we have saved so many species, including the white rhino. Okay, that's one of the first ones that I personally was involved with, saving the white rhino. There's only 365 left when I got involved with that in South Africa, in the Umfolozi and Shishui Game Reserve. Well, today there's 21,000, okay, all through Central Africa, because we set things up to where they were getting their nutrients. We set things up where they were getting everything they needed. And we set things up so that the predators would not eat the babies. Okay. And also that the hunters wouldn't, so they get the horns and sell the horns in Asia because the horns are supposed to be an aphrodisiac. Okay. And so that kind of stuff. So we had to deal with all those legal things, as well as all the nutritional things, all the dietary things. And so, and protection from predators. And so we did what we needed to do to get it done. And we're very, very proud of that. So with all that said, I know we're going to a break here pretty quick. Anything that you want to throw into this, Rebecca or AJ?
Dr. Wallach, a question has come up in regards to Down syndrome. What about Down syndrome?
Okay, well, Down syndrome, okay, is due to nutritional deficiencies early in pregnancy. That's chromosome 21, okay? And Down syndrome is not a genetic disease. The mother's deficient in these nutrients, okay, prior to conception. And in the earliest stages in the development of the embryo, the baby has a damage at chromosome 21, okay? It's a nutritional deficiency caused birth defect. You cannot undo it because years older, you still look like a Down syndrome patient. However, by giving them all the nutrients and staying away from the bad stuff, I have dozens of Down syndrome patients that look like Down syndrome. They're in their 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s. They went back to school and they got their PhD degrees, and they can work any computer. They run and own businesses. And if you close your eyes and listen to them, they sound like, very intelligent business people. But then when you open your eyes, you look at them and say, oh my God, they got Down syndrome. Who was talking there? You wouldn't believe it was a Down syndrome patient because you think of them as being limited because the Down syndrome, C21, okay, chromosome 21. But no, they have one chromosome issue, but the brain, the entire brain, is 100% good shape. Okay, you just got to give them all the nutrients that's necessary to maintain the brain. That includes I-26. I-26, I want to make sure that myelin, the white matter of the brain, is good, and heart pack. And these folks are getting jobs as professors and teachers in colleges. Now, that would have never happened before we learned what was going on and we got them the nutrition, okay, so that they could participate in their community. So we're very, very proud of that. And the same thing is true with, again, every kind of physical birth defect you can think of, and also the birth defects when it comes to gender issues, okay? And it goes on and on and on and on. It's just, there are no genetically transmitted birth defects. There are no autoimmune birth defects. Again, just remember, when doctors said those things, they were saying that to protect their own self because they never wanted to say, we don't know. Okay, so.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Wallach. And Down syndrome. Dr. Wallach mentioned a healthy brain and heart pack, memory FX, I-26. Now it's 1 pack per 100 pounds or 1 bottle per 100 pounds. And then you divide the quantity of doses or the quantity of within the product by 30 days. And that's how much you take a day. And then if you're 200 pounds, you double it. So get back with the person that shared this program with you. If you know anybody that is looking to start a family or has already started a family and there have been some birth defects that have occurred, it's not too late for the next baby. As long as you get the nutrition into the body so that the mama and the daddy both are nutriated, right, Dr. Wallach? It's
That's
not
correct.
just on the mom.
Well, both have to have healthy genetic profile. And so both the boys and the girls need to have all the nutrients and stay away from the bad stuff.
All right, so now you just mentioned healthy genetic profile. Explain that.
Well, if you're missing something that's required by a gene and the gene's not going to function properly, biochemically or physically. And so it's one of those things where, just same way with the car. Do you just put dirt from Texas in your car? Come on, there's bound to be some oil in it. There it is, dirt from Texas. No, you put high quality oil, you check your oil all the time. They have a system where you say the little red light in the dashboard, you got the dipstick, you have the coolant in the radiator, you have the brake fluid, you have the gasoline, high quality gasoline. And it's those things that keep your car running for 100,000 miles. Okay, and then you kind of do a little update on 250,000 miles. But if you just put dirt from Texas in there, you wouldn't get through a couple of weeks.
So it's like making sure that our bodies have the quality nutrition that it needs so that we can live to be 120 years
and
old
have healthy, happy babies.
and have healthy, happy babies. Not at 120, but folks, you got the idea. So thank you so much, Dr. Wallach, for addressing that. Absolutely. The next question has to do with behavioral issues like attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, the autism spectrum. What about those things, Dr. Wallach, that babies, some of them are born with, or they develop them super early in life?
Well, these are also caused by nutritional deficiencies. And again, you want to make sure that everything in the brain is working properly. And so you'll get these problems. You want to do what I'm going to say. And if they have these problems, you want to do what I'm going to say anyway. Okay. But they need to stay away from the bad foods. You need to get that book, Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods. 300 pages of safe recipes and cooking methods. It has the good food, bad food list in there. Very important. And then you want to make sure that that baby is getting these nutrients like the I-26 little chewables. They're tasty, they taste good, they're soft, gummy chewables in 2 different flavors. We have powders, we have capsules, depending on the age, and it makes the brain work better. Whether they have MS, multiple sclerosis, Guillain-Barré syndrome, Parkinson's disease, babies can have Parkinson's disease. It's not a old age thing, okay? It's a disease of the white matter of the brain. FTD, frontal temporal dementia. It's kind of like Alzheimer's disease in younger people. CJD, Creutzfeldt-Jacobs disease. Okay, you'd be born with that. That's like mad cow, really a wild behavior thing that's totally preventable and in the early stages reversible. ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, Lou Gehrig's disease. All of these are behavioral problems that they want you to believe are genetic and has to do with old age. No, they're all nutritional deficiencies. Everything I mentioned here are all nutritional deficiency diseases. They're all preventable, and most of them are totally reversible. Okay, most of them are totally reversible, but this is a lifetime change in diet. This is a lifetime change in behavior, okay, of what you're going to eat, what you're not going to eat. And when you do all that kind of stuff, you and your immediate family and your community will benefit, okay? If you just keep doing what you're doing, everybody is negatively impacted, okay? So the individual who's the victim, the father, and have a conversation here, get a hold of the books, get a hold of the book, It's All in Your Head, get a hold of the book, Epigenetics, get a hold of the book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, okay? And the book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, okay, and the CD and the audio cassette tapes. Back 25 years ago, we had sold 40 million of those audio cassette tapes. Today, it's 400 million. We sold the audio cassette tapes. Okay.
I was going to say, it's over 400 million now, Dr. Wallach. So that's absolutely fantastic. And folks, you can get Dr. Wallach's books at drjwallach.com. That is drjwallach.com. Now, Dr. Wallach, you mentioned Lou Gehrig's disease. Now, isn't that a neuro?
Of course, Lou Gehrig's disease, where the kids, were acting like 90-year-old people and couldn't remember anything and all this kind of stuff.
So,
Behavioral
ALS,
problems.
also known as ALS.
Yes, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Okay, and again, this is primarily a deficiency of myelin, the white matter of the brain. Okay, and when you look at Alzheimer's disease, MS, Guillain-Barré syndrome, Parkinson's disease, which we believe we have found the cause, prevention, and cure for that one, Parkinson's disease, we have a case report at the Certified Health Coaches, and you can contact them and get a copy of that case report. We're very proud of that. And this was a 12-year story, 11 years. This gal, Madeline is her name. She'd go every one of the finest medical schools in America, okay, Rush Medical Center, okay, And we have the copies of her annual physical every year, big bold red letters. Okay, what?
Parkinsonism.
Parkinson's for 11 years. Then we gave her 2.5 months of our program, okay, for Parkinson's disease. And they tested her and they couldn't find it. So they said, come back tomorrow, we'll readjust the machines. They readjusted the machines. They couldn't find it the next day. So I said, okay, stop taking the medicines we've been giving you, go to the office and get an appointment for next year. Bye. Okay. And so they agreed. Now they didn't know why, but she didn't have Parkinson's anymore after 11 years of Parkinson's. And then 2.5 months in our program, it went away.
Now, I want to share something, Dr. Wallach, that you do, and this has come from your research, where you found that there were specific conditions or symptoms occurred.
That's correct.
When it comes to a disease and giving it a label, they've gone through with different conditions where there's a group of the same symptoms. They give it a name. Well, what Dr. Wallach does is he takes those symptoms and links it to what he has found to be the cause of those symptoms. He gives the recommended nutrients in the formulas that he has been very instrumental in putting together to the individual to then meet the deficiencies that caused those symptoms. And when there's no more deficiency, the symptoms just take care of themselves. Because the body is an amazing creation, Dr. Wallach.
That is correct. We'll give God and the Lord all the credit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Wallach, for that. You've had some great content already in sharing empowering information that's going to create healthier, stronger families. So folks, if you're hearing this message, please share it to your different platforms, the different social media that you are participating in, because there is somebody that is hungry for information, and you could just be that one person that feeds that individual. And it's all about one life at a time. Dr. Wallach has dedicated his life to saving people from having unneeded pain and suffering and early deaths. Now, we all have our time to be born, our time to die, but folks, that dash between the two, let's make it the best possible and enjoy it to our fullest. And that includes having great health in the meantime. Dr. Wallach, we have lots of hands that are up. So let's go ahead. And that we have is Elaine. Elaine, go ahead and come to the camera if you would. I don't see that you're there. If you can.
I don't like being on camera, but this is my first time to ever watch you guys. And so I do have a few issues, but I didn't know today was going to be about babies. So
that's okay.
Past that age. I have gray hair. This is just a list of stuff, and you can address anything or any part of it. Gray hair, sleeping difficulties ever since menopause, hot flashes continuing, and that was 12 years ago, the menopause. Memory, of course, is not what it used to be, and then stiffness when I wake up. It goes away when I exercise, but anyway, so those are the few things if you want to address any of them. 70, I weigh 117, and I'm 5'5" because I shrunk 2 inches. Oh, that was my question. I forgot. Is there any way to increase my height back up to 5'7"?
High heels.
No, can't wear those. Got foot problem.
Okay. So anyway, basically, how many times a night do you wake up to go to the bathroom and urinate? Once, 3 times, 5 times?
Well, usually once. Last night was twice, but that's unusual.
Okay. Do you have any ringing in your ears, any tinnitus or ringing in your ears?
No, I have one ear that feels stuffy, like with a cotton ball, but no ringing, no.
Okay. Do you have any balance issues where you want to kind of hold on to things when you're walking or?
No. No
Oh,
balance issues.
no balance issues. Okay. All right. So what you need to do is get rid of all the bad foods. We have a book, Dr. Wallach cooking out the bad eating methods.
Right.
Okay. It has a good food, bad food list in it. I want you to get at 117 pounds. I want you to get one healthy brain and heart pack per month. Take a half a dose of everything twice a day. I want you to get one bottle a month of our MSM. Take 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time. And they're going to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between vertebrae, bone, makes bone cell. Get 2 of those little canisters of our collagen peptides. Take a scoop of that in your morning drinks and the evening drink. That's going to deal with tendons and ligaments and connective tissue and cartilage and all that kind of stuff. And then for the gray hair, which is not due to age, it's due to a nutritional deficiency, I want you to have our hair, skin, and nails. Hair, skin, and nails. So a little bottle. So once you get 2 bottles, so you can take 3 of those twice a day. The hair color will come back. When you have sleep issues, we do have sleepies. You can take some of that, say 10, 15 minutes before bedtime. Okay. Let's see here. Memory FX. Okay, we do have Memory FX. You can take a couple of doses of that during the day. And then give us a call every couple of weeks because you're going to have a great story. Everything you're mentioning here are nutritional deficiencies. And
I have hearing issues, bad hearing, not ringing in the ears, but just hearing loss of the upper frequencies.
Yeah, okay. And so, yeah, so this will all be taken care of. Again, the recipe I gave you, which includes the MSM, okay, because we want to make sure, and it wouldn't hurt for you to get a hold of the book and the CD set, okay? It's all in your head, and it's going to help you.
Just tell me what you want to show, Doc. Dr. Wallach, what do you want to show?
There you got it. You get an A+. Okay, top picture is autopsy of a human skull. The top of the skull has been taken off. You see the skull's a 1/4 inch thick. The bottom one is also from autopsy. You're taking the top of the skull off. You're looking down on the brain. The skull is 1.5 inches and 2 inches thick. It's got osteoporosis of the skull. It's squeezing the 12 pairs of cranial nerves. Go to that next page where it's, there you go. And you can see the 12 pairs of cranial nerves. They get squeezed when you have osteoporosis of the skull. Can you move to the other page? There you go. And there's a chapter for each of the cranial nerves. It tells you the different diseases you get and symptoms you get when you have those nerves squeezed. And of course, the CD deals with the spinal cord primarily and all of the issues you get when the spinal cord is being squeezed by the skull when you have osteoporosis of the skull. All of these are reversible. They're all reversible. They have nothing to do with age. It's all a nutritional deficiency. Okay, so if you would then, see here, Elaine, if you would, please keep in contact with us every couple of weeks because you're going to have a great story.
There's no way I could write what you just said. Is there any way I can, I really don't know what you just said because there were so many products. I couldn't write it down and the dosages and how many times a day.
Okay,
Elaine?
Yeah.
In Zoom, there's a chat option. So
yeah,
click on
chat.
And Phyllis just put everything down for you.
Wow.
So it's written out. She did that all for you, okay? And then you do a screenshot of your screen.
Okay.
So, or take a picture of it with your phone if you have a phone that takes pictures.
Yeah.
You'll be able to have that and save it and then get back with the person that you work with. And if there's nobody that you're working with, give our team a call at 855-949-3377.
Thank you, Dr. Wallach, and thank you, Becca.
Welcome.
You're very welcome, Elaine. So we're here at Babies of Wallach. Each of us matter. Now, I want to go to the next hand that is up, and Olivia, thank you for joining us today. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so I'm coming to you guys today, very excited. I spoke to you guys on August the 15th, I think, and I was the one with vertigo, and I could not stand up. And I'm happy to report that I'm fine. Like it's gone. It's gone. I'm still doing everything that you guys told me to do. And I've actually noticed improvements that I wasn't even working on. I've been working out now like 2 miles on the Nordic track on my Peloton a day with supplementation. But now I notice I no longer get short of breath or anything. And I used to deal with asthma very often, like, out of breath and all that. Now I no longer do that. So Biden working on. So that's been a huge help too. So I just wanted to call and thank you guys. Like I said, the vertigo, I've not had any issues lately, but I'm going to keep on it. And yeah, so I just had to come and thank you all. And that's about it.
Well, thank you for the kind report, Olivia. And of course, you need to stay on this forever, just like you need
I
oxygen
will.
forever.
Oh, yes. There's no, absolutely not. Now I'm telling my parents about it. I'm trying to get my husband into it. Definitely my daughter. The last video, a couple of videos back, you said that it's something that people need to like instill in their children. And so now I've actually got my daughter reading like some of the books now. She's
Oh,
10,
very
and
good.
so trying to get her into that and trying to get her to learn that for her
How
own
old is,
self.
how old is your daughter?
She's 10.
Okay, so see, she'll be telling her friends about
Yeah.
this, which is a good thing.
I've been reading the Let's Play Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been getting stuff like she's been getting into it. I said, that's how you do the blood pressure. You use this thing, and all this. And so she actually like, can I have a doctor kit? And so I bought her this little doctor kit. I said, see, you can do it yourself without, any kind of medical. Yeah. So she's reading it. She's getting into that doctor kind of thing, learning to take care of herself at this age. And I'm just so thankful for you guys that I can tell a difference in her, instilling this in her, and also with me, and a change in our lifestyle and our habits. Now, if I can only get my husband involved and my parents and everybody else to listen, that would be great. But you
Well,
can't.
here's what you want to do. Here's what you want to do for your husband. Get him our Zera test and the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. The Healthy
Okay.
Brain and Heart Pack, it gives him all the nutrients he needs. If he, how much does your husband weigh?
I have no clue. I know he's over 200, maybe
Okay.
220.
Okay, so get him two per month, two Healthy Brain and Heart Packs per month, a
Okay.
full dose of breakfast, full dose of dinner time. Then get him 2 of those bottles a month of the Zera test, RATEST. Okay,
Okay.
and this is the raw materials for the Sertoli cells in the testicles to make male hormones.
Okay.
Okay, so tell him this is going to help him, with his sex life.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
He'll
and
do
like
it.
it's just it's just been like I said, it's a complete lifestyle change for us. I feel like our quality of life, and I just want to, introduce it to my daughter and then eventually get her own stuff. But I feel like it's just our quality of life has just changed for the better. And I feel like between you all and prayers and the Lord, like it's been a rough 3 months. Yesterday was the first time that I had went into a grocery store on my own in 3 months.
Wow, congratulations.
Yes, it was a huge accomplishment for me because, I've been having to rely on everybody because I literally could not stand up.
Hmm.
So it was definitely a scary time, and I will definitely be on these products for the rest of my life. So,
Okay. Well,
but
share it with your family, share it with your church members, and you're going to do a great thing. You're definitely an angel of God.
thank you. And I will definitely be back to you guys because I'm always now I just like I said, these products work, and I just want to continue to better myself and those around me if I can. So, but like I said, thank you guys so much, and I will see you all later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, Olivia, when you messaged me, you said just a few improvements. That's huge. That's absolutely huge, folks. You take all those little things and you put them together. That's just amazing. That little girl got her mama back. And I'm going to move to the next hand before I start crying again. Phyllis, go ahead and unmute yourself.
What a great story, being able to stand up again. My goodness. Isn't that great to hear, Doc? Those kind of,
Oh, absolutely. Makes your life, makes your day.
it really does. That's why we're here. Well, Joe on YouTube has a question about bronchitis, and he's wondering whether it is caused by a gluten sensitivity like asthma is.
Okay, it could be. It could be also a chronic viral or bacterial infection. So you want to go both directions. Okay, he needs to take the 90 essential nutrients, stay away from all the bad foods. I want him to take the Oxy Body in addition to the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. He also needs to take our colloidal silver. He can take, 2 droppers full before each meal, one on the right side, one on the left side, underneath the tongue, and then before bedtime. And there's no alcohol in it. He can use it on open wounds and stuff like that. But if there's a bug involved, it will take care of it. It's the colloidal silver kills viruses, bacteria, fungus, and yeast. Penicillin only kills gram-positive bacteria. There's only 2 of those. Penicillin only kills 2. So why did doctors go from colloidal silver, which has been going on for hundreds of years? Why did they go to penicillin? Because you had to pay for an appointment and get a prescription and come back and get another appointment. So that's why they went to penicillin, even though it only kills 2 bugs, okay? Streptococcus and staphylococcus. That's it. That's all penicillin does. Whereas colloidal silver kills every kind of bug you can think of.
That silver is amazing. I remember a week or so ago, I started to feel like I was getting a cold and starting to sneeze, and my inside of my nose felt funny, and I had a lot to do the next day. So I did what you suggested about putting the 2 dropperfuls on either side under your tongue. I just did that a few times, and it was like it never happened. I would say within hours. So it's true, our silver is absolutely amazing.
Okay, thank you.
And that's it. That's it for me. Thank you, Becca.
Thank you, Phyllis. Yes, it is. It's amazing. People, parts per million. When those parts are tiny enough, it doesn't take a bunch of them to do some amazing work. Dr. Wallach, we have a question out on you, or here in the Zoom with us. Anne has a question concerning her husband. He is 64 years old, 5'7", 210 pounds. He has arthritis in his left hip socket and feels the pain and stiffness in the upper inside of the joint. He currently takes 2 Healthy Brain and Heart packs, 6 MSM, 6 glucogel, Zeratest, Sweeties, collagen peptides, and feels, and Rebound. Is there some piece, the MSM or glucogel? What are your thoughts on that, Dr. Wallach?
Well, he needs to make sure he's staying away from the bad foods. Okay, no wheat, butter, and oats, no buckwheat. Okay, got to stay away from anything that's going to interfere with absorption, because you could be taking everything perfectly, and if you're eating wheat, butter, and oats and buckwheat, guess what? You're not absorbing. It's all going into the septic tank. So just the bugs in the septic tank are happy. Okay. And so it's one of those things where he's got to look at that. Are there people in the household, spouse, kids, are they eating the bad foods, and he's getting cross-contaminated in the laundry and the couch and the beds and all that kind of stuff. And so that's also another issue he's got to deal with. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach. And with him 210 pounds and only taking 6 MSM per day and 6 glucogel per day, I experience with you that the glucogel at that weight would be 3 times a day for optimal results. And then the MSM would be 3 times a day. So needs another 3 per day on the MSM Ultra. And as Dr. Wallach has mentioned many times before, that's giving the bones what they need to not only be strong, but actually to have healthier blood that distributes the nutrients throughout the body. Because if there's arthritis in one joint, chances are it's elsewhere. That's just where you're feeling it most.
Yeah, and just bone marrow makes red blood cells, platelets, white blood cells, antibodies, all the things that protect you from bugs, the immune system, plus oxygen transports through the red blood cells and so on. So you have to always remember that bone marrow. Most people never see their bone marrow.
I've never seen my bone marrow, and I heard that it's very painful to get a spinal tap or whatever it is to even do a bone marrow transplant, which I'm so thankful. That was something that was talked about in my poor health journey. that I didn't have to do. So super excited about that, Dr. Wallach. And we are right up to the end of our show, Dr. Wallach. We're going to go ahead and let you have one extra minute to be able to get ready for your next show. Thank you for great information.
Thank you.
You
Thank you, Becca. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, team. All you ladies, can't thank you enough for all the great stuff you do. The world needs you and loves you. Thank you so much.
Oh, I just saw Carrie has her hand up. Is it really quick, Carrie? Oh, no. Okay. Thanks, Dr. Wallach. Have a great one. We'll talk to you soon.
Mañana.
Donna, that's right. Monday through Friday, folks, from 12 to 12:50 p.m. Pacific time. You can join us here on Daily with dailywithdoc.zoom.com. You can also find our replays on all the different channels. Do a search for it, #dailywithdoc, and you will find us, as we have channels all across the internet, whether it's under Critical Health News or Daily with Doc. We are here to help you with empowering information to help you make better choices in your health journey. Now, if I could get my co-hosts on the line with me. Oh, and I see, Carrie, you have your hand up again. I'm going to reach out to you, Carrie, and just, okay, real quick. Is it a question for Dr. Wallach, Carrie? Because no? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay. It wasn't letting me unmute when you first asked me the first time. But just really quick, making the products, and I was kind of holding back on how much I was taking. And now that I've bumped them up to taking them by my weight, the energy level is a complete 180. Like, I was feeling pretty good, but I didn't know how good you can feel. And I think that's one of the things that people don't realize, how bad they're feeling until they start feeling really good, you know?
Yes.
So you didn't know that you could feel this good at this age because it's been a gradual frog boiling in water decline. So that was one thing. And so that's a testimonial. But the other thing that I was thinking is, he's talking about the bone marrow and the importance of the bone marrow. Maybe this is a question for him for another time that he could comment on, but what about people who get hip replacement surgeries or get knee replacement surgeries where they're taking out full segments of bone, and how much of that marrow that would have been, you know, contributing to their immune system, contributing to all their healthy blood cells and all of that? I mean, is there a protocol that we might need to know about for people that get these replacements? And shoulders, a lot of shoulders.
Let's have that be our topic for tomorrow. So please join.
Okay.
That is great question. Absolutely great question, especially with so many people who are thinking that that's the only option that they have, so they go for it. So
right.
And Carrie, may I disclose a little bit about you?
Sure.
So folks, we just had a testimony about the power of our supplements from a naturopathic physician.
Oh.
And certified holistic, coming from just anybody. And she has a reputation on the line when she comes on and shares what something is doing for her. So Carrie, I didn't know your testimony. And I just thank you so much for coming on and sharing. And you are absolutely right. You don't know how bad you feel until you start feeling good.
Right.
And then, like you, I was feeling great just doing to 100 pounds. And I was 268 pounds. Right. When I bumped it up, I couldn't believe that good wasn't good enough, and that was not my optimal potential. So, folks, It is so worth it in yourself.
Yeah. And it's not just physical, it's mental. I mean, the mental energy, the paying attention, the finishing your sentences, the speaking full sentences clearly and quickly, and paying attention to what's going on and responding to it. That is a huge piece of it. You think you're doing okay until you realize your brain just kicked into what it seemed like it was 10 or 15 years ago.
Or
It's a
40.
lot. Well,
Yeah. Well, thank you so much again, Carrie, for coming on and sharing that. You're awesome.
Thank you, Becca, for everything you're doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Folks, that's why we do what we do. I mean, I get chills every time that somebody comes on and shares how they are experiencing within themselves what the body can do, because the body is starvation mode. It's no longer in that deficiency mode. We invite you to feel the same. Again, if I could get my co-hosts up with me, I could not do this without them. They are absolutely fantastic. We've got Sherry, who is a certified holistic health coach. She actually has multiple certifications, as you can see on her wall behind her, working with people, not only through the Daily with Doc program, but also taking her experience and what she did in her everyday, including having classes that she actually hosts for her community on the importance of nutrition, and incorporating what we do here now into that, and her clients getting even better results than just what she was doing before. So Sherry, thank you so much for bringing your knowledge and to the table with us, helping people get into the show, and commenting and watching for the questions out on the different platforms. Thank you. And Marilyn bringing her experience also as a caregiver, as a legal assistant, with her amazing typing skills, and helping us keep that chat going. She also sends me the summary of the show after the show so that I can make sure that gets into the newsletter that we do every once a week. As I mentioned in the beginning, make sure that you go to dailywithdoc.com, sign up for our newsletter. And if you're here live with us, you get to see the protocols, the recommendations that Dr. Wallach gives to each individual, including a summary of what that protocol is for. So that's one of the great here live with us on Daily with Doc, zoom.com, Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:50 p.m. So thank you, Marilyn. And we also have Phyllis, who does some of the same stuff. And she kind of does a little bit of what Sherry and Marilyn both do, helping with the chat, helping with the different platforms, bringing her experience as one of the original distributors with Dr. Wallach in the company Longevity, where she and her husband were very instrumental in getting Doc on the radio in the beginning on so many different radio stations. It's just absolutely fantastic. I'm honored to be able to have her sit in with us as part of the Daily with Doc team. Thank you, Phyllis. And she's also one of my mentors. When I first got started, she would come related to my team, not even part of it, but she and Andy just fed into us the love and the community that the Longevity family has. So thank you to her and Andy. I don't know if he's in the background listening, but he's just like a big old teddy bear. So thank you. And then we have another teddy bear who is triple XL in his goodness of his heart, not in size, goodness of his heart, and all that he does with his skills in getting us on these different platforms and making sure that everything runs smoothly as the assistant to the executive production manager. And that is AJ, also known as Sportis. So thank you, AJ, for all that you're doing. And people think, oh, he's not even paying attention. Well, folks, he's paying attention. He's got screens. Everything is not lined up with the camera, and he's all over the place and making sure that everybody's getting met where they're at. So, folks, it does take a team. And if you want to be part of a team, something greater than yourself that is bringing joy and bringing life back to others, consider being part of a team with the Longevity family. If you're already working with somebody, that's the person that you need to get back with, because they took the time to share this program with you, and they're the person that really got involved because that's what they want to do. They want to help people. So help them help people. And if there's nobody to thank, feel free to give us a call or just go to our website. Call us at 855-93377. Our website, dailywithdoc.com. Use that contact option from the menu and let us know how you want to become involved. My name is Becca Dukes. I'm a little bit long-winded, but I think it was worth it, folks. Thank you for investing time in yourself and joining us today. Thank you for coming into our space and allowing us to feed you information that is empowering so that you can make choices to help you make better tomorrows. Until next time, bye for now.